Most people spend years avoiding butter, eggs, and cheese, hoping their cholesterol numbers will finally improve. But here's what surprises many of my patients. Some people eliminate all those foods and their cholesterol barely changes. Why? Because the biggest source of cholesterol isn't always what's on your dinner plate. It's something happening inside your own body every single day. Once you understand this hidden process, lowering cholesterol starts making a lot more sense. A few months ago, I met a 69-year-old retired engineer named Richard. He proudly told me he hadn't eaten a steak in almost 2 years. Breakfast was dry cereal. Lunch was salad. Dessert was gone. Yet when his blood test came back, his LDL cholesterol was actually higher than before. He looked at me with genuine frustration and asked, "Doctor, what am I doing wrong?" The answer wasn't what he expected. Richard wasn't failing because he lacked discipline. In fact, he was working harder than most people. The real problem was that nobody had explained how cholesterol actually moves through the body. He was spending all his energy avoiding certain foods while completely missing the foods that could actively help remove cholesterol from his system. That misunderstanding keeps millions of people stuck year after year. I'm Dr. Michael Carter, and after caring for older adults with heart disease for more than 25 years, I've learned something important. Successful cholesterol management isn't built around fear. It's built around understanding. The healthiest patients aren't necessarily the ones who eat the least. They're the ones who know which foods help their bodies work smarter. Today, I'll show you exactly how that happens. Think of your liver as a factory that's constantly producing cholesterol. That cholesterol isn't automatically dangerous. Your body actually needs it to build hormones, vitamin D, healthy cells, and digestive fluids. The problem begins when more cholesterol stays in your bloodstream than your body can efficiently remove. That's when plaque slowly starts collecting inside your arteries without causing any symptoms for years. Here's the surprising part. Every day your digestive system sends cholesterol into your intestines to help digest food. But instead of throwing all of it away, your body quietly reabsorbs much of it and sends it back into circulation. Imagine taking out the trash every morning, only to bring most of it back into your house. That's essentially what happens with cholesterol in many people. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying medications don't matter, and I'm certainly not saying every food advertised online can magically clean your arteries. Cholesterol is influenced by age, genetics, exercise, diabetes, hormones, medications, and many other factors. But the encouraging news is this. Every meal gives you another opportunity to support your body's natural cholesterol balance. The foods you're about to learn aren't ranked because they're expensive or trendy. In fact, many are inexpensive items you can find at almost any grocery store. Each one helps in a different way. Some provide special fibers that carry cholesterol out of the body, while others nourish the bacteria in your gut that help keep cholesterol from being recycled. Let's begin with number 10. Many people avoid avocados because they hear the word fat. But this is where nutrition becomes confusing. Not all fats behave the same way. Avocados are packed with heart-friendly monounsaturated fats that can help improve the balance between LDL, often called bad cholesterol, and HDL, the protective cholesterol that helps carry excess cholesterol away from your arteries. Avocados also provide fiber, potassium, and powerful plant compounds that support healthy blood vessels. One large review found that replacing foods high in saturated fat with avocado as part of a balanced diet was associated with healthier cholesterol levels in many adults. An easy swap is spreading mashed avocado on whole grain toast instead of butter or adding slices to a lunchtime salad. Small changes repeated every day often produce the biggest results. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries may look small, but they deliver impressive benefits for heart health. Their natural fiber helps reduce cholesterol absorption, while colorful antioxidants protect blood vessels from the tiny injuries that encourage cholesterol to stick to artery walls. It's like cleaning the road before traffic begins to build. One of my patients started replacing sugary evening snacks with a bowl of mixed berries several nights each week. Over time, she not only lost weight but also improved her cholesterol and blood sugar. Was it the berries alone? Probably not. It was the healthier habit they helped create. That's an important lesson you'll hear throughout today's video. Lasting heart health comes from consistent daily choices, not quick fixes. If there is one inexpensive food that deserves far more attention, it's lentils. They're naturally rich in soluble fiber, which acts like a soft sponge inside your digestive system. Instead of allowing cholesterol to keep circulating through your body, that fiber helps carry more of it out naturally. At the same time, lentils digest slowly, helping keep blood sugar steadier, a bonus for many adults over 60. Researchers have repeatedly found that people who regularly eat legumes, including lentils, tend to have healthier cholesterol levels than those who rarely do. 1 cup added to soup, salad, or a vegetable stew several times each week can make a meaningful difference over time. If you're new to lentils, start with smaller portions and drink enough water so your digestive system has time to adjust comfortably. For years, many people believed every drop of oil was bad for the heart. We now know that's simply not true. Extra virgin olive oil contains healthy monounsaturated fats and natural antioxidants called polyphenol. These compounds don't just help improve cholesterol balance. They also help reduce the inflammation that can damage blood vessels over time. One of the easiest heart-healthy upgrades is replacing butter or shortening with extra virgin olive oil in everyday cooking. Studies following Mediterranean-style eating patterns consistently show lower rates of heart disease among people who use olive oil regularly as part of balanced meals. Just remember that it's still calorie-dense, so moderation matters. A drizzle is enough, you don't need half the bottle. Pears don't receive nearly as much attention as apples, yet they're one of the richest fruit sources of soluble fiber, especially when eaten with the skin. That fiber forms a gentle gel inside your digestive tract, helping move cholesterol and waste products out instead of allowing them to remain in circulation. Nature designed pears to be far more than just a sweet snack. I remember an elderly couple who began carrying fresh pears whenever they traveled. Instead of stopping for pastries or sugary convenience store snacks, they reached for fruit first. Within months, they had lost a little weight, felt fuller between meals, and saw encouraging improvements in both cholesterol and blood sugar. Sometimes the healthiest habit is simply making the better choice the easier one. Have you noticed something interesting so far? None of these foods promises overnight miracles. That's because cholesterol doesn't change after one healthy lunch. It responds to what you do consistently week after week. Your liver is paying attention to your habits, not your intentions. Every balanced meal quietly pushes your body in either the right direction or the wrong one. We're now moving into the foods that many cardiologists consider some of the strongest everyday allies for heart health. These next choices contain remarkable combinations of fiber, healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and plant compounds that support your arteries from several different directions at once. If you're serious about protecting your heart after 60, pay close attention to what's coming next. Tiny chia seeds may not look impressive, but don't let their size fool you. Once they mix with water, they expand into a soft gel that's packed with soluble fiber. That gel helps slow cholesterol absorption while also supporting healthier blood sugar levels. They're also rich in plant-based omega-3 fats, giving your heart another layer of protection every single day. One of my patients began adding just 1 tablespoon of chia seeds to her morning yogurt instead of buying expensive supplements she saw advertised online. 3 months later, her cholesterol numbers improved, but something else surprised her even more. She stayed full longer and stopped reaching for sugary snacks every afternoon. Sometimes the smallest habits quietly create the biggest health victories. Many people focus only on lowering LDL cholesterol, but protecting your heart means more than chasing one number. Fatty fish like salmon provide omega-3 fatty acids that help reduce triglycerides, calm inflammation, and support healthier blood vessels. Instead of simply removing harmful foods, salmon adds nutrients your cardiovascular system genuinely needs to function at its best. Research consistently shows that people who eat oily fish once or twice each week often experience better heart outcomes than those who rarely include it. If salmon isn't available or doesn't fit your budget, sardines, trout, and mackerel provide many of the same benefits. The goal isn't perfection. It's choosing healthier proteins more often than processed meats. If there were a hall of fame for cholesterol-lowering foods, oats would almost certainly have a place at the very top. They're rich in a special soluble fiber called beta-glucan. Think of beta-glucan as a gentle net moving through your digestive system, helping trap excess cholesterol before your body has another chance to recycle it back into your bloodstream. Clinical studies have shown that eating oats regularly can lower LDL cholesterol within several weeks, when combined with a heart-healthy eating pattern. The key word is regularly. One bowl every few weeks won't change much. But beginning most mornings with plain rolled or steel-cut oats instead of sugary breakfast pastries gives your heart a healthier start before your day even begins. Notice a pattern developing? None of these foods work because they're exotic or expensive. They succeed because they support the natural systems your body already uses every single day. Healthy eating isn't about fighting your body. It's about giving it the right tools so it can perform the job it was designed to do more efficiently. We're now down to the final two foods. These are choices that many heart specialists recommend repeatedly because they combine powerful nutrition with something equally important. They're practical. They're affordable, easy to prepare, and simple enough to become lifelong habits rather than short-term diets. And that's exactly where lasting cholesterol improvement begins. For years, soy foods have been surrounded by myths and confusion, but plain edamame deserves a place on your plate. These young soybeans are naturally rich in plant protein, soluble fiber, and compounds called isoflavones. Together, they help support healthier cholesterol levels while providing a satisfying alternative to processed meats that are often high in saturated fat. One of my patients replaced processed deli meats with steamed edamame and grilled vegetables for lunch several times each week. Within a few months, not only had his LDL cholesterol improved, but he also felt more energetic during his afternoon walks. The lesson wasn't that edamame performed magic. It simply became part of a healthier pattern his heart could benefit from every single day. If I could recommend just one daily habit to someone trying to lower cholesterol naturally, it wouldn't be an expensive supplement. It would be combining a bowl of steel-cut oats with a small serving of soluble fiber such as psyllium under a doctor's guidance if appropriate. Together, they provide one of the strongest natural combinations for supporting your body's ability to remove excess cholesterol. The secret isn't speed, it's consistency. Clinical research has shown that soluble fiber consumed regularly can begin improving cholesterol within several weeks. That's why people who build this habit into breakfast often experience better long-term success than those constantly jumping between restrictive diets. Healthy routines almost always outperform dramatic short-term changes. Now I'd like to ask you something. Which of these foods is already part of your weekly routine, and which one surprised you the most? Have you been avoiding healthy foods because you believed every type of fat or carbohydrate was harmful? Share your answer in the comments because your experience may encourage someone else who's struggling with high cholesterol. Before your next doctor's appointment, write down 3 simple questions. First, ask what your LDL, HDL, and triglyceride goals should be. Second, ask whether increasing soluble fiber is appropriate for your health conditions and medications. Third, ask when your cholesterol should be checked again after improving your eating habits. Having a plan is always more effective than simply hoping for better results. Don't try to change everything overnight. Choose one healthier breakfast this week. Add 1 extra serving of beans or lentils. Replace 1 processed snack with fruit or nuts. Small improvements repeated hundreds of times become powerful. Your arteries don't care whether today's decision was dramatic. They care whether tomorrow you make another healthy choice. One of the most encouraging things about cholesterol is that your body is constantly responding to your lifestyle. Unlike many health problems that cannot be changed, cholesterol often improves when healthy habits become consistent. Every balanced meal, every walk around the neighborhood, every good night's sleep sends another positive signal to your heart and blood vessels. Even if high cholesterol runs in your family, that doesn't mean your future is already written. Genetics may influence your starting point, but your daily choices still matter tremendously. Modern medicine, healthier nutrition, regular physical activity, and partnership with your healthcare provider can work together to reduce risk and help protect your heart for years to come. I remember a retired school principal who told me she felt overwhelmed after being diagnosed with high cholesterol. Instead of following complicated diets, she focused on one simple habit each week. First oats, then beans, later fresh fruit. Months passed, and her follow-up blood work showed meaningful improvement. More importantly, She had built habits she could actually enjoy for the rest of her life. Your heart doesn't remember one unhealthy meal, just as it doesn't celebrate one healthy breakfast. It remembers the pattern you repeat. Every meal is another vote for the future you're creating. The choices may seem small today, but years from now, they may become the reason your heart continues beating strong. Let's quickly review what we've learned. Healthy fats can protect your heart. Soluble fiber helps your body remove excess cholesterol. Beans, lentils, oats, berries, pears, salmon, olive oil, chia seeds, avocados, and edamame each support your cardiovascular system in different ways. None is a miracle alone, but together they create a powerful foundation for lifelong heart health. If today's video helped you understand cholesterol in a completely different way, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more evidence-based health advice designed especially for adults over 60. And before you leave, tell us in the comments, which one of these foods will you add to your next grocery list? Your answer could inspire someone else to take their first step toward a healthier heart. Finally, remember that this video is for educational purposes only and should never replace personalized medical care. Never stop prescribed cholesterol medication without discussing it with your healthcare provider. Every person's health history is different, and the safest plan is one created together with your doctor. Thank you for watching, stay well, and keep taking small steps that help your heart stay strong for years to come.